I'm just doing some of my pre-scouting, I guess you'd call it, for beaver. And this dam's been here for years, but you see that green leaves and stuff, branches with greens on it? So it's telling me it's an active dam. Oh yeah, there's some fresh chews there, so. Alright, so I hiked back to this gem. Pretty damn cool little lake, pond, I guess you'd call it. But fortunately no beavers. So, gotta hike back out. Alright, so my buddy Jim brought me to one of his honey holes here, and you can't see it, but right through there is a beaver dam, and this is all flooded here. And to find anywhere flooded this year, because it's such a drought year, and lo and behold, look what we found in the tree. So it's quite old. It's probably been here for 10 years, but obviously we're the first one to try to get some beavers here. So what you see in the tree here is drowner weights. And instead of hauling this weight in and out each time, he just left it here and uses it year after year. And good chances we're going to be using it this year, because you can see it's been here for a long time. But so when it opens up in 2 weeks, this will be one of the spots that we come to. Such a cool setting. We were just talking about this would be a good place to put a house. Now, this lake, I do actually know that there's beavers on it from last year. I left a couple behind. So I will launch here in a week or two and see what I can come up with. Okay, so I just hiked, I don't know, not that far, a couple 100 yards from a logging spur to this lake. I can already see, so I just walked up to this lake and I can already see there's some runs here. Oh, there we go. Fresh beaver chews. So we'll just follow this run. This is promising. There hasn't been beavers here in a couple years. I come back here every year. Ah, look at here. Look at here. Looks like fresh mud. Into this run, which kind of goes underneath the bog. This is a boggy type of lake, and there's usually not beavers on them. But so, you see there's a run. Oh, if you look right down there, there's all sorts of chews, little beaver chews there. So, this is good. Okay, there's going to be beavers here. So, that run I showed you goes underneath the bog. Right now you can't see it, it's underneath us. And it must come out. Aha! Bingo! It must. Maybe there's a bank den under here. Well, either way, there's a ton of beaver here. Oh, look at on the other side. There's a big pile of chews over there. You ever see anyone get so excited over beaver? Okay. So Google Maps shows that this is water. And obviously I'm walking where there typically was water. So, oh, here's a beaver dam. So I'm walking right next to a beaver dam. The old beaver dam. And it looks like there's just deer tracks. Coon. Coon tracks. There's a canine, there's a dog track. But just kinda, it's kinda weird. That's an old beaver dam there we're looking at. If you listen. Peek over the top. There was no water over there. And there should be water here, but there's not. Alright. I have never been, this is a good sized lake. I've never been on this lake. I believe there's beavers here. If you look, you could probably hear them too. A couple swans. Alright, so I'm going to lakes that I haven't been into for years. And they never had no beavers on them for the last couple years, so I wasn't worried about it. Well, I came into this one. This is a little, you park here. Now keep in mind, I'm pretty far back in the forest, but there is a little logging spur. Looks like that to get here. And I get here, and the first thing I notice is there's a path all beaten down here. So I just followed it back. I'm walking away from the lake. And I look, and I don't know if you can see it, but it goes into the forest, a little path. Well, I already know what's going on there. But let's just follow it down. Follow it down to the lake here. I'm hitting the jackpot today. Every lake I go to seems to have beaver activity. And if you look, there's definitely a path. It happens to be the boat landing type of deal, but and all mudded down. I don't know if you can see out in the water, but there's all sorts of beaver chews here. Now, I don't see a hut, but it's got some high banks here. So there could be just bank dens here, but it's easy enough to get a kayak on. Kind of looks like over there might be a feed pile starting. That looks about. But anyhow, I'll put a kayak on here and I'll paddle around. Find out. There's got to be more beaver. I mean, there's a lot of chews here, but there's got to be somewhere on this lake where there's a lot of beaver activity. That's a couple years old. That is not fresh. That is not fresh. So you can see the water level should be up there. And just no water in any of these lakes. We need rain. Just another cool spot. There's so many of these spots. Little fog. We had 25 degrees this morning, but she's turning out to be pretty nice right now. Alright, now I found this lake. Pretty cool looking lake, but there's no water in it. You can see that's just mud over there. And we got some swans. Swans right out front there. 4 of them. Here we got another pretty cool place here. I'm waiting to see some moose, but not even any ducks here. Water is so low. But I don't know if you can see way back there. You can see 2 huts. And that's what I want to get to. But the water's so low, I don't even think I can launch a kayak here and get back there. Have to wait a year until we get some more water.